Okay, so today I want to talk about the UI or the overhaul to the UI and talking about the changes to how the HUD looks. Of course, there's a lot of controversial talk about the way it now looks. I think the reason that they've actually gone down this route is to obviously aim to modernize the player experience. And to be honest, I know that this redesign has elicited a lot of mixed reactions amongst Borderlands fans from the community. A lot of the criticism that I'm seeing and hearing online is people basically saying that it's lacking the flair of the previous games. But to be honest, I think this style and approach they've gone for is kind of trying to align more with the modern UI standards, of course, giving, enhanced readability and streamlined navigation. Of course, with the compass now, we do have access to a map, but that's not on the main screen running around. Of course, we have the compass instead now, which I think is fine. I think it's easy to understand, and that's the whole point of it. The way I see it is that it looks very clean and visible. So if we look, of course, we've got the objective on the left, compass at the top. We also have the player that you're playing with's health bar and shield on the left above your own health bar and shield, of course. But did you notice that we have the class mod there visible as well that you have active, which in the state of play was the potent alchemist class mod. The level bar is gone now and it's been replaced by an octagon shape. We know that the needle icon now as well is rep kits, which are basically utility gear that restore health or provide temporary buffs, which will obviously help with survivability during battle scenarios. On the bottom right is the weapon information. Of course, it tells you what firing mode that you're currently in, how much ammo you have left, and of course the weapon wheel, which looks like we hold triangle to access that. This part of the state of play actually reminded me of the warlocks from Destiny, and I am getting Destiny vibes in general anyway. Did anyone else think this? Let me know in the comment section. Of course, if you play Destiny, you probably relate. I think the glide mechanic just looks really smooth though, really smooth. Marked on the HUD as well is of course how far away your friend is from you. I like the fact that in Borderlands 4 now, we can do on the fly vehicle spawning, so similar to how mounts work in many open world games. It's definitely giving Sparrow vibes from Destiny, but in general, how the HUD looks on the vehicle, I think it looks quite clean. It's not really being impeded, the view, so I'm quite happy with how that actually looks, and I think traversal across Kairos could be pretty fun with these vehicles. Right, now let's talk about how the enemy health bars actually look. So I know again there's some controversial stuff that people have been saying and they don't like it, but I'll give you my opinion. Okay, yeah, so the health bars now actually always stay visible, so basically even when you're not directly aiming at the enemy, it'll basically make it so it tracks the enemy status a lot easier. People are having issues with this because of the fact that they think it's going to clutter the screen during large fights. Generally, we know how the color system works within Borderlands, so red health bar would be a fleshy type enemy, blue for shield, yellow for armor. You get my point. But the thing is, they can tackle this if people don't really like it by having sort of customizable options. So they could have it as you could toggle it on and off. You could have size sliders, and also you could have a setting so it's only on aim visibility, But we could see the introduction of new resistances because of the new enemy types as well, so bear that in mind. Our action skills based at the bottom of the HUD as well. Also, if you're wondering what this icon is here, this is the ordnance slot, which replaces the grenade mods that we used to have and is used for grenade launchers and rocket type gear on a cooldown instead of ammo. An interesting thing that I actually noticed was watching the state of play is that when the action skill is actually activated, the orb is thrown. There's an icon that pops up to actually manually press square to detonate the explosive orbs, which I thought was pretty cool. The menu screen to me looks very clean and well done, and you can see there that we have a rewards tab. It looks like the SDU slot is now accessed from the main menu as well, which wasn't usually the case in previous Borderlands games. Within the inventory tab, you can see equipment, backpack, and echo logs. When you hover over a weapon, it actually tells you obviously the manufacturer, the DPS, it tells you the element as well, and also breaks down some details on the manufacturer parts and what they actually enhance. Also tells you how much you can sell it for as well. I did speak about enhancements in a previous video, but of course these replace artifacts and provide weapon specific manufacturer buffs. The main effect, of course, on this specific enhancement, though, is the high roller one, which weapons with Ripper licensed parts increase weapon damage by 2% for each consecutive shot fired for a max of 25 stacks. This is going to give us so much variety. We do get to see the rep kit in use here as well, applying healing and giving some of our shields back. Although there's a lot of change, I do understand the direction they've taken with the UI and the HUD, and I think it looks clean, it's effective, it's easy to read and understand. And to be honest, I kind of like it. I know I'll probably get criticised for that, but I can see why they've done it. And like I said before, if they give people the option to sort of change or adjust things as well, I don't see why not. That is pretty much most things I wanted to talk about in this video, but I am really excited for Borderlands 4. So many more videos coming up, so if you do like the content on the channel, consider subscribing and leave a like because it helps me out. And thank you for watching as always, and I'll catch you in the next video.